Hi, it's Olivia, and you can find me on my channel, I Love You Simone, but it is 2022, so first and foremost, Happy New Year. I hope everybody is having a really good start to their year. I hope you're reading some good books, and if not, maybe I can help you out a little bit with this book haul that I have for you today for the month of January, so let's just get started. So starting us out, we have Here's to Us by both the New York Times bestselling authors Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera, and this is the sequel to their first book, What If It's Us? And first, actually, I should mention, if you get your hands on this copy, turn it around to the back. I just love this, these two pigeons exchanging a pizza. And if you can't tell from the cover that this takes place in New York. This is a feel-good, heartwarming rom-com. We could always use one of those, am I right? And this basically, I'm not going to tell you too much about the plot because this is a sequel, but all you need to know is that our two main characters, Arthur and Ben, we're just seeing if they get their happily ever after with each other or with other people. So next up we have The Ivory Key by Akshaya Raman, and this is her debut young adult epic fantasy, and it is also the first in a duology. So at the core of this story, we are following the relationship between not two, not three, but four siblings, and how they each have kind of their own different motivations and reasons for wanting to find the Ivory Key. And the Ivory Key is rumored to unlock this new source of magic. So this is filled with the family drama that follows from that, and puzzle solving and code breaking. And so this would definitely be good for fans of adventurous, mysterious stories like Indiana Jones, National Treasure, and The Goonies. So next up we have The Monarchs, which is also by a fun author duo. We've got Cass Morgan, who is also the author of the 100 series, which is the basis for the CW show, and then also Daniel Page, who also wrote the Dorothy Must Die series. So they've teamed up again to write this sequel, which is for their series, The Ravens. At the heart of the story, we have magic and sororities that highlight girl power, because this also has a very strong cast of women, and it focuses on themes of friendship and sisterhood. This also has the crossover appeal of being set in college with relatable characters, so this would appeal to the YA readers who are in high school or headed to college, or maybe if you're just nostalgic for the college days. So in that way, this book kind of also would appeal to those who've liked books like Ninth House. And last but certainly not least about this book is that we do have our evil encounters that our characters face, like, well, spoiler alert, but they battle a demon in the basement of their sorority house, which has also become a portal to hell. So it'll make you think twice the next time you pass a sorority house, you know? But anyway, if you like those witchy, spooky elements, or if you want a fast-paced read, definitely get into this series. Next up, we have One True Loves by Elise Bryant, and this is the companion novel to Happily Ever Afters. So you don't have to have read Happily Ever Afters to enjoy this one. And oh my gosh, I adore this cover. I know I say that a lot, but I really do. I love the color scheme. I love that you can kind of get an idea of her personality with the Polaroids and like the stickers all over her suitcase. So this is a young adult rom-com full of self-discovery. We love a rom-com with relatable themes and black love, and our main character Lenore, she's headed out to NYU soon, and so her family decides to go on a post-graduation European cruise, and it's while she's on this cruise that she meets Alex. I just love the backdrop of this. Like, that sounds like such a fun rom-com. It just sounds like a great time, like a really feel-good story, and again, we can always do with another one of those. Next up, we have My Fine Fellow, A Delicious Entanglement by Jenica Cohen, and this is a diverse historical rom-com that is also a retelling of My Fair Lady. So in this, we are in a reimagined 19th century Victorian England, and culinarians, who are like the top elite chefs, they are at the top of society. And so we have two characters who team up to turn a street vendor into one of those top chefs. And so you'll want to have snacks on hand because there are food references galore. And I don't know if you could tell from the cover, I love little details like this. But these little designs, they're actually forks and spoons, and there's a whisk right here on the side. And again, like, it's just super cute. So if that sounds like it's right up your alley, or if you also are a fan of things like Bridgerton or Dickinson, you'll want to pick this one up. So next up we have Beyond the End of the World, which is by another author duo. So we have Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner, and this is the Forbidden Love science fiction fantasy sequel to their first book, The Other Side of the Sky. So in this continuation we follow Nim, who is a goddess of the world, and North, who is a prince of the city in the sky, and they are both on these desperate missions to save their worlds. So as the back says, goddess and prince, destroyer and last star, Nim and North. So you know, we got this star-crossed lovers in here, we've got really unique immersive worlds, and this is all supposed to be really good for fans of Laini Taylor and Brandon Sanderson. Next up we have The Storyteller by Katherine Williams, and as the front says, the truth is in the telling. This is a story all about the power of stories. So our main character, Jess Morgan, she finds her aunt's journals, and while going through them, she starts to piece together that her aunt may actually be the long-lost Princess Anastasia who survived an assassination attempt. So this would be a really good pick for you if you like kind of a mix of genres. It's got a royal mystery, it's got romance, it's got historical fiction, and it's got your name on it, if that sounded like something you like. So. And last but certainly not least, we have Loveboat Reunion by Abigail Hing-Wen, and this is the companion story to the instant New York Times bestseller Loveboat Taipei. And in exciting news, if you didn't know, it's being turned into a movie, and it's filming like right now in Taipei. So this is a really good time to get onto these books. In this book, we follow two fan favorites, Sophie and Xavier, and they did date the previous summer on the Love Boat, and it didn't work out, but now they're friends. And Sophie is now in college, and she has sworn off boys, and she is determined to just be the best student she can be. And meanwhile, Xavier is trying to get out from underneath his controlling father's grasp. And both of these characters are headed back to Taipei for a Love Boat reunion. And of course, this means we've got some drama and romance coming back too. We will see appearances from characters from the other book, and this is just a book filled with vicarious thrills and fun and romance. So it's also in the vein of if you like a book like Crazy Rich Asians. So again, look out for this one for sure. But these are all the books from today. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to know your thoughts on any of these books. You can check out the description below for the links to any of them if you want to get your hands on them, or feel free to check in with your local library to see if they have any of these books. And yeah, I hope everyone has a great start to their year, and thank you for watching. Bye.